Ed Sanders showed me how a poem was a cup that held the words that poured out poetry. His poem, heralding the spring, hung over me all winter like a sheath for Damocles. He knows the secret words that only poets know and shows us how they are our daily speech. Language by language, word for word, he spans the lexicon and brings them home to us. Now, as he enters the age of wisdom, I offer him my 88-year-old hand, that we may walk together toward the revelation that ends in revolution.
Yeah.
I want to read this poem of Robert Louis Stevenson, who wrote about an inspiration that's been an inspiration for me, just the last 2 lines of it. And as you reach the age of wisdom, it becomes more important what he's saying. It's a very well-known poem. It's called "Dark Brown is the River, Golden is the Sand. It flows along forever, with trees on either hand. Brown leaves are floating, castles on the foam, boats of mine are boating. When will all come home?" Along flows the river, along past the hill, along past the meadow, along past the mill, along flows the river, 100 miles or more. Other little children will bring our boats to shore. Other little children will bring our boats to shore.
Inspired by investigative poetry, our next writer composed a 1,200-page poem about the Wyoming Fish and Game Association. Yuko Otomo.
I picked one poem. I thought this is one of the most philosophical love poem I've ever read. And this is from Why Hesitate to Know All Gentle Things? The poem is called My Boat is Overturned. It starts with hieroglyphic drawing letter, which you're missing it. It's a beautiful little thing. Boat overturned with a pole. My boat was overturned. My boat was overturned it was hard to set it right. When part of me loved the waterfall and part the land. At 5 a.m., I sat on the bed with my face bent forward into my hands, wondering how to get out the door to you. Happy birthday.
And now I give you the best poet band since Homer and the Epithets, the Fugs.
Our percussionist and singer Kobe Batty, who lives in Richmond, came down with a very bad back. Our bass player got caught in heavy traffic in New Paltz and couldn't make it. So I have with me the guy I worked with since 1982, Steve Taylor. I wanted to thank a few people. I'm totally honored that you came out for my 75th birthday. I'm very moved. And I'd like to thank my buddy Bob Holman, who's out in California, the staff at the Bowery Poetry Club, Film of Blitz, whose idea this was. Steve Dalashinsky, Sparrow, and my wife, Miriam, who came down. And all my friends I see in this audience that showed up. We're going to do a sequence of Fugs tunes, some by me, some by Thule. This is a poem I wrote on the 2nd Avenue bus in 1966. It is from the poem by Charles Olson, Maximus from Dogtown. But it has the epithet, we drink or break open our veins solely to know. I want to know. And I would like to express my gratitude for my longtime friend Judith Malina showing up. I remember so many things about the Living Theater, but what I remember most was my first demonstration, walking down Fifth Avenue against the execution of Carol Chessman in 1960, led by Judith Malina. This is one of Tuli Kupferberg's great songs that he wrote. I'd say he was around 83 when he first sang it for me. And we never got to record it, but we thought we would, Steve would sing it. It's called I Was Much Mistaken. My wife, now going on to 53 years, is always urging me not to be such a beatnik workaholic and to slow down and enjoy life at a more leisured pace. And this is a poem that I wrote a few years ago. There's a union phrase in the in the poem. Homo ludens, which means having a good time. People having, Rude Boy Slim's song, Boogie Till You Puke.
Yeah.
At the more sensual level, or just taking it easy, enjoying yourself. And so one time, a few summers ago, my wife approached me in a blue peach gown. And there was a full moon outside, and so she was barefoot, and she suggested that we do the polka under the full moon. This is for her. She was in her loose peach gown, neath the nearly full moon at midnight. She asked me to waltz barefoot on the lawn and do the polka, then lock hands and twirl till the summer stars were streaks. I owe her many things, among them a fresh lesson on the power of Homo ludens. She was in her loose peach gown, neath the nearly full moon. At midnight, she asked me to waltz barefoot on the lawn and do the polka, then lock hands and twirl till the summer stars were streaks. I owe her many things, among them a fresh lesson on the power of Homo ludens. Homo ludens. She was in her loose peach gown, neath the nearly full moon. At midnight, she asked me to waltz barefoot on the lawn and do the polka, then lock hands and twirl till the summer stars were streaks. I owe her many things, among them a fresh lesson on the power of Homo ludens. Homo ludens. This is a version of William Blake's great poem, Auguries of Innocence. To see a world in a grate of sand, and a heaven in a wild flower. Written about 1807. To see a world in a grain of sand, and a heaven in a white flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand, skylark wounded in the wing. But cherubim does cease to sing. Homeless, 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 homeless. The man asleep on the subway grate dreams the doom of the warrior state. She who weeps in a cardboard cart calls an end to the Wall Street heart. Homeless, 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 homeless. The babe that weeps the rod beneath writes revenge in realms of death. The baker's rags fluttering in air does to rags of heaven's tear. The soldier armed with sword and gun palsy strikes the summer sun. One night wrung from the laborer's hands shall buy and sell the miser's lands. Homeless, 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 homeless. Every night and every morn, some to misery are born. Every morn and every night, some are born to sweet delight. God appears and God is light to those poor souls who dwell in night. But does a human form display to those who dwell in realms of day? To those who dwell in realms of day. Carpe diem, carpe diem, carpe diem. Sing, sing. Death is coming in. Sing, sing. Death is coming in. Death is coming in. Death is coming in. Death is coming in. Death
an old cliche, that it's an old cliche, but you better make your love today. Death is a coming in, death is a coming in, death is a coming in, death is a coming in. Sing, cuckoo, sing, death is a coming in. Sing, cuckoo, sing, death is a coming in.
We'll do two more songs. So this is from the Fugs album, Tenderness Junction, I think. I used to laugh at John Lennon when he said he couldn't remember Beatle lyrics, so I find myself... anyway, it's a wonderful song. It features a huge violin solo by Danny Cooch, who later went on to fame and glory as the sidekick to Don Henley. But he was for a while, till Carole King lured him